Yo,
Welcome back to another week, another segment to
express yourself. Come on
sir.
now. It's your boy Waze, man.
Yes, sir. It's your boy, G Butters.
And we got our brother,
Yes, sir.
Colt Rose, nice being with you guys.
Colt Rose, man. What's up, my dog?
Good to see you guys. Good to see you
Love,
guys.
baby.
Yes, sir, man.
Appreciate
Love,
you.
baby.
Appreciate you having me on. Thank you very much.
Baby. Hey, man. Look, man. Again, big shout out to BIPOC, man, allowing us to use their venue, man, to bring amazing people like this on here to express themselves. Allow me and my brother to express ourselves and give you guys something to think about. We encourage y'all to surround yourself with people like this that you can organically express yourself without having to feel judged, without having to feel, maybe that's the biggest thing is judged or like not accepted, man. Just you should be able to be you no matter who you're around. So you about to witness us being us, man. So we brought Colt, man. Pretty much we always ask people like who want to be on the show, you know what I'm saying, who want to be on the podcast. And then we say, if you come on, you get to talk about whatever you want to talk about. We got 45 minutes to do so. Okay. So we're going to talk about, obviously everybody can see it, man. We got these amazing shirts on, man.
Yep.
I'm going to have him dive into it very soon. This is what he created, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just let you start. If you want to do a nice little, introduction to yourself, what you do, why you getting here, what we got going on.
I met you from playing basketball together, a bunch of open runs, got to know each other, linked through Facebook, and I think we have the same ideas on a lot of how we feel about the world sometimes. So when it comes to supporting each other, being optimistic, trying to make things better, I like the idea of coming on with you guys because I think you're trying to do that too.
Exactly.
So in my mind, if I'm going to put my name on something with somebody, I want to know that what they're going to do is the right thing too. And that's why I'm here. So the Your Life Matters thing all started from, I suffered from mental health growing up, just off from a chemical imbalance. And my mother had it, my grandfather had it, depression. So you just get raised that way. And I had a great life, so it's very questionable. So it's one of those deals where I got to be into it because there's so many questions with my generation. So we make Your Life Matters. And the bottom part, that I love you, is from my mom's mother. When she passed away, I made the Your Life Matters, I love you with her signature on it. So the bottom half of that, when she passed away, she left me a little torch for outside that has batteries in it. And at the bottom, she left me a little note that said, I love you. And I have a good friend, shout out Paige Hook. She did all the Photoshop for the brand, created that for me. And we made Your Life Matters, I love you. And the only thing we really do is give away stuff for free. So we've never made $1 from it, from this brand. People will give us money and then we just reinvest it in making more shirts and then we just give those away too.
Right.
So there's nothing that we're gaining from creating this, so I own it. And since I don't have any board members, I just give away everything we make. Yeah. I don't do this for money. I work a job. Like I own a restaurant, a pizza place. I don't need the money from making shirts. I want people to know that like in a world where everybody's trying to make some money off somebody, here's somebody that actually is going to give you away a shirt. There's no catches. There ain't nothing you got to do for me. You don't owe me one. There's no karmic. I don't want karma for this. It's just an organic thing that you should know exists in the world, that you don't owe me anything. $1 or a favor or come in and eat pizza, you don't owe me nothing. You don't have to talk to me at all. And there's been people that are rich that like the idea because they can make a bunch of money from it. So they like that idea. And there's been people that are poor that don't have a lot of clothes. So they'll come in and I'll give away shirts and they'll need them. They actually need these clothes. They don't just want them.
Right.
So now it's not so much a favor, but it's essential. So then it goes from like, I'm just making myself happy to we're making something happen. So then you do, like last year we did a golf outing. The golf outing raised a bunch of money. But at the same time, like we made it $50 affordable for everybody, gave away all the food and drinks, like made it so people knew like we're not trying to make money on you.
Right.
So the whole effect of it is like the world is so filled with people trying to chase a bag all the time. Rightfully so, but also once you chase a bag, there's something beyond it. Yeah. There's something beyond, like once you get that paycheck, the bills are paid, your lifestyle is paid for. What do you do with the rest of it? You save some, you invest some, and then what's left with it? That extra money.
We're so alike with that.
So
That's real.
if you love what you do, like I do, I work 65 hours a week for 3 years straight, every week, 70, 65. So the paycheck's a paycheck, but like when you clock out, what are you going to do with those 2 or 3 hours? So then you go into something like that, because if you're going to have to go to work, at the end of the day, I got to be me. So what can I do? So you find something. If you can sing, if you can dance, you can play an instrument, if you can hoop, if you can write poetry, you can draw, if you can raise plants or something. Everybody's good at something. So it's just, some people just need supported enough to do it because they just need to know that they can do it. And then some people just need to last long enough that they can get there. So everybody will be like in hard times, you get broken up with, or like somebody you care about dies, or they leave your life or something like that. And you're like, man, I don't even know what I'll do. And then somebody like me could come along, get you back for a minute, protect you, make sure you're okay. And then when you're back to being good again, I'll step out of the way, live back your life again. I'm just here to help. If you need me again, I'll be here. Kind of like when your parents used to like ride behind your bike when you were a kid, and then just in case you fell, they were there. But you were still riding yourself. So it's like, I'm just here if you need me. And that's a great way of just staying out of people's ways. And I'm not suffering. Like, I don't suck off anybody. I don't like take from anybody's lives. Everybody that I'm around, I have something to offer them. So it's worth to be around me. I have something to give you. So all that stuff stems from wanting that for everybody. It's like, hey man, I'm not going to charge you for that shirt. And it's not, I don't feel any type of way about that. I'm not going to flex that to my friends when I'm alone. Like, man, I'm giving everybody a bunch of shirts away. Like, that's not what you want.
Not the purpose.
No,
Yeah.
you're missing the point if that's what you're doing.
Right.
So I like talking to you guys because I feel like what I've seen of everything you're about, that's how you view the world too. It's like, I want things to be better. I want people to know there's good people, even though there's so many bad people. Maybe it's only, it went from 25% and maybe it's only 10% now of really wholesomely good people. Well, there's still 10%. And they still have a right to exist alongside the other people. And maybe some of them aren't even bad on purpose. They're just, life got hard, or somebody did them wrong, so they got that way. Or there are too many scars, or too much damage, or had them for too long. And so they just never got out of it. And they start hurting other people. So now you've created like the opposite effect of just this like negative downhill snowball effect. So I think that stuff creates situations where I sit in bars with rich men and they tell me about how when they were 18, their best friend died. And then these guys got all the money in the world. They got kids and big houses and fast cars, but they're still unhappy because when they were 18, their best friend died, or their mom's gone, or somebody's gone. And like, they don't know what to do with it. And they're supposed to be the smart ones. They make all the money, wear the suits. Like, that stuff opens doors to, I'm 26 now, and we've been doing that for 3 years. Like, imagine being 23, just being like 23, being like, man, you're 55. I have no idea what your struggles are like. Like, that's a lot of empathy to create in someone. Be like, I'm gonna sit here and listen. I'm gonna do my best. But I have no clue what that kind of struggle is like. To be a parent, I don't have any kids. Right. I don't know what it's like to have to wake up in the morning with a kid. And then I can't sit here with you and be like, no, I know what that's like. Because I don't. And then to act like I do either minimizes what you're doing or makes me seem like somebody I'm not. Mm-hmm. Both those things that's not how it should be. Mm-hmm. But that's enough for me just kind of ranting on it. We can talk about more stuff now,
good,
but just let you know how my brain just kind of operated with everything.
Yeah, so talking back like how you first started, because like your grandma and like how you were going like through your family and all that. So it's been 3 years now. What made you finally say, you know what, I'm gonna start it?
Right.
What made you just take that leap?
I was thinking that's my question.
Because honestly, like, I feel like the way you're thinking, you think like this, like there's got to be something that motivated you or say, you know what, I'm gonna take this leap. Whether like how you say you're not afraid to fail, you're not afraid to succeed. At the end of the day, you did it for a reason and it's your purpose. So what was the reason why?
I think I learned coming out of high school. I graduated in 2016. So coming out of high school, I realized that there was a big difference between the decision and how you felt about the decision. Mm-hmm. And then I realized like with this was like a decision that had to be made. If I wasn't comfortable with it, or if I didn't have the money for it, or if I didn't know what I was going to do yet, then those were going to have to be just feelings I had about the situation. The situation had to happen because the timing was right. The world around me told me, I could feel it in my gut, that instinct you have when you know you're right. That's never failed you. That'll push you, almost make you vomit into situations that you need to be in. Mm-hmm. Make you stop being friends with somebody, make you quit your job, make you move, make you, like it'll force it out of you because it's time.
Right.
But if you are aligned with it, so like your head and your body's online, like that came up, and I said, that's absolutely what. Let's go. Let's make it happen. Let's start giving us stuff away. Let's do things. And I think a lot of it comes from freedom, though. Is that there were times where I had nothing, no money. I couldn't help nobody. Somebody called me for a favor. I don't have any gas. I don't have any food. I don't have any way to help you. But now I do, because I've just worked my way. You get lucky. I got lucky. My family's great people. They set my life up great. And then I sabotaged it being young and created my own struggle because I was too young. I wasn't wise or mature, intelligent yet. And I created like these distractions or detours or something for myself as a young man. And then you got to correct them again or else they continue. So it's if you're going to do things the right way, then they just have to happen in this domino sequence for things to go right. And I think that's what made that happen. That was a long-winded answer too, but
No, bro.
I just get on a line of thought and then it carries me to the end of it.
It all makes sense though. Like
Appreciate it.
there's a reason why, like I said, like how you said it's a domino effect. Whether it's good or bad, if you do something bad, it's gonna continue. You know,
Right.
Same with the good. You do something good, it's gonna. It's like how you're saying the line. So you don't feel the type of way. Like I said, just express yourself. That's what
Right.
we're here for. You know what I'm saying? To express ourselves, and not just that, but someone could be going through the same situation or phase you was in at that
Right.
age, or even younger. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Could be anybody of any age, of any
Exactly. That's something you say you
anything.
graduated 2016. Someone
Yeah.
could be sophomore year, and they could,
Right.
have this,
Right.
they could benefit from hearing all this. You got any questions?
Yeah. So yeah, I appreciate that. Never feel like you gotta apologize.
never.
You know what I'm saying? There's no apology here, man. It's express yourself. And if you have to apologize on here, man, then you got to apologize your whole rest of your life everywhere you go. Yeah, I mean,
I appreciate it.
And we don't do that, man. We want you to, like I said, at the beginning, like organically express yourself. Don't feel like you're ever talking too long. I know we have 45. How many we got? We got probably 30 something, 32 minutes still. You know what I'm saying? Elaborate. This is about you, man. This is about your life matters and your grandma's signature, right?
Right.
I love you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and just about how this all came about, man, because a lot of y'all, man, y'all probably can't relate, man. Like, giving away stuff for free. I mean, I know several of y'all know who I am, man, and y'all know that me and my family been doing for look at this. We're coming up on our 4th year of doing our free giveaways. You know what I mean? Where we give away free food and free clothes.
Yeah.
On a biweekly basis. With our nonprofit, this is for you. So when I hear you speak about it, and that's all I could think about was like, man, like a lot of times, man, this shit derives from like people that have just been through it, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like you said, maybe yours was like you said, maybe you were better, and then you self-sabotaged it. But either way, you had to go through that struggle, and then you like, man, that's what your character came through. Like, was like, you know what? No matter what, like you said, like man, you can't forget those moments when motherfuckers needed something from you. You know what I'm saying? Or somebody wanted something, and you like, damn, I really want to help out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then like not being in a position, and then fast forward, like you said,
Right.
now being in that position, and have been in for a few years. You know what I'm saying? Whether you got to pull out them hours or not,
Right.
you've been in that position. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that was the same thing with me with This Is For You. When me and my brothers and my family, we came up, we were like, we're not the most fortunate people in the world, obviously, but we have something to give. So it's all about circumstances. Whatever my circumstances is, bills are paid, right? I have a little extra money, like you said, whether it goes to saving, investments, whatever.
Right.
And then I still got some extra money.
Right.
And that I want to get at.
Right. What are we gonna do with that little? What's that? Right.
This is where you give to those
Right.
that are in need. You know what I'm saying? Which is that's always been like a no-brainer for me. Like,
not everybody's so lucky. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I was not so lucky growing up, bro. Like we were in and out of food pantries, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We were in and out of food pantries, shelters, bro. We was fucking obviously food stamps. A lot of us, probably several that watched this, off EBT, you grew up on that. You know what I'm saying? Assisted living, growing up. So like a lot of shit was just like, that's just what it was, bro. We had to get what we was given. You know what I'm saying? So now if you can be one of the people that can give,
right,
like it's a blessing, bro.
Right.
It's just an honor almost, actually. You know what I mean?
And I'm getting better with that when people aren't that way. When there's certain people that don't feel that way. where they don't want to give to anybody.
Yeah.
They want to have their riches in life. I got extra money. Let me go do something with it. Let me get something better for myself. Like, and that to me now, I've gotten better about just saying, you know, that's fair. All right, that's cool. If you don't, you know, if I buy you a birthday present, you don't buy me one, that's fine. Because I still did what I wanted to do. I got you a birthday present. That's what I wanted. I'm your friend. That's why I got you. And if you forgot or something, or you don't have the money that year or whatever, you're out of town, it's fine. That's cool. Our friendship's not based off that. But some people are just not, they don't see other people that well. They see each other when you have to. Say somebody gets in their way or they need a favor out of somebody, then they see them. But people like us, we see everybody all the time, which means like I have a feeling to help people that already are getting help just because I want to help. And to know like, all right, maybe that person does have a family, but also I see them right now and it doesn't seem like they're taken care of. And maybe they are, but there'll be a lot of young kids now. They have parents, but they still seem to struggle with some form of society with themselves. Puberty, growing into high school and the culture and society of all that. And they have friends and families. Yeah. But I still want to look at them and be like, hey man, you know, you may feel like this is only happening to you. That these feelings you're having are only for you, but they are around you. Every one of your friends is going through a form of this with you. Like you're all 15 at the same time. But it's just so hard to explain because if it doesn't get heard or it doesn't get understood, you don't really know.
Yep.
Because you're just trying like over and over again to get through to people, even adults, of like, hey man, take care of your friends. Take care of your lady. Take care of these people around you. But then they get extra money and they think, well, I'm going to do something and make my life more luxurious. But in return, like what you said about a lot of the giveaway stuff, how many times does that really keep you awake? I mean, a lot of the time you can find a way to sleep knowing that somebody else got the benefit out of your kindness because that's better than nobody. Just letting it die in vain, do something nice for somebody and they don't even care. And then it's just useless. What world didn't get any better because of your kindness if they just turn it into vanity? I don't know.
I was curious too, man, because I love that, man. You know, how many pieces have you said that you've already given away?
We're getting close to 500, somewhere around there, based off of different.
Yeah, 2 more right here. Yeah. And this was something, and I'm gonna pass you this for your next one, but I want to know, like, how do you know who to give it to? How does that work?
So usually when we make them, I'll make them after people that like request them. So somebody will say, hey man, can I get a shirt? Like I see, because there's enough of them out now where people wear them around, or you'll see them somewhere. Somebody has a hoodie or something. Because there's been just situations where people like are in the restaurant and I'm bartending, and they'll say, hey man, I really like that hoodie. And because I have 5 of them at home, I'll say, do you want this one? And they'll be like, yeah. So you just take it off and throw it to them. And you're like, go ahead. And then next time they come in, they'll wear it because it's cool for them to bring it in. So then when somebody else sees them having one on, they'll say, let me get one. And then we have a heat press and all the DTG designs and then the embroidery machine. So we can just go buy shirts from anywhere, order them, and then just make them and give them away. I don't have to middleman it through like a production company. We just have them out in our, our wherever. And we just make them all ourselves, give them away. If somebody wants one, you could take like just a t-shirt that you have at home and then just slap that thing on it. All good, trademarked, all that. So it's good.
Did you invest in those machines?
Yeah,
solely for this?
Last year, my father, for my birthday, he was like, what do you want? Like, what's one thing you really want? I was like, I want to get into this. So he got that embroidery machine. So that was gifted to me.
There you go.
So that worked out great. Of just because that was the only thing I really didn't just get for myself at that point. When you're old enough, you just buy stuff that you want as you want it, unless it's not a good idea. So most of the stuff I wanted and I could get, I already had. And he was like, well, what could you do? And I said, well, we could just cut out the middleman on production and make all the shirts in-house. And then we could give them away to cut down the cost because we're giving them away, so we're going to lose money anyway, but let's just lose 7 instead of 15.
Right.
So then we got a heat press machine on Amazon, buy all the other stuff on Amazon for it, all the little materials and stuff. Then, most of it, so we switched it up one time for a different design for a kid that I was friends with that passed away. And somebody found a note with his handwriting on it. And so we switched out my Nana's handwriting for a Photoshop version of his handwriting. with the same Your Life Matters, but his handwriting underneath it. Shout out Lane Burns.
Wow.
And got them all. We got all of them to all his family members got one. All the boys that he had got one, and they all got different colors. They all said like Lane on them and stuff, but they were all free. And it was like I would do that a million times over. Man, are you kidding me? The opportunity, that kind of like thing in the real world where somebody says to me, "Can you make these?" Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to. I'll pay whatever it is. I'd love to do it because it's only going to happen. They're only going to ask once.
Yeah. Right.
And then it's over. So it's either you do it or you don't. And if you don't do it, then you never get to see it happen. So at least do it, lose the money, and see what the rest of the world plays out like after that.
Right. So like, how long does it usually take you? Since you say you do it like all like at home and all that stuff, how long does it take you like to make a shirt?
You can make we made these 3 shirts in 35, 40 minutes.
Okay.
Got them done.
Yeah, because you say you make them like per request, right?
Yeah, just make them when everybody wants one.
Okay, so that's not bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
35 minutes, 3 shirts.
Yeah, you make them. It just depends on how precise and like if you want to be real quick and whatever about it, then you can just whatever. But just try and do it right, be on point. Yeah. So like my uncle did these for us. Just
shout out.
Yeah, shout out Uncle Todd. Appreciate it.
Shout out.
But yeah, he does. He just looks into it for me. But it's just something that we were trying to figure out so that we can make them for somebody if they came in and said, "Can I get one?" Or one of my buddies from college says, "Can you ship me one?" Yeah, no problem. I'll even pay the shipping. No problem. I'll pay it. Like you ain't gotta, just because.
Bro, this is it's just like, man, when I'm like, because I'm just grasping it, man. It's funny because I know people probably think about that shit sometimes, even with me, because it's like, I don't know if you guys can catch it. There's not no big reason. There's not. Besides, Lily, your life fucking matters. Like, Lily, he's letting, like you said, we give me goosebumps thinking about it, but like, not even just think about your buddy from college. If he hits you up like, "Yo, I want one," and you like, "I'm willing to," that is just a simple act of support. Like,
right.
Bro, I love you. I support you.
Right.
I got you.
Yeah.
That's it. Like, you're worth more than whatever this might cost.
Right. Yeah. It's only gonna be a couple bucks.
Shirt. When you think about it, you're not asking. I don't give a fuck what it is. I don't give a fuck if obviously we know it don't accumulate to $50, but like, let's just say it did. Let's just go as much as $50. If it did take that much to fucking, put a shirt together, that's not, bro. That's saying you're worth more, which is true because all of y'all are and all of us are, bro. I love it. I'm for real. I think this is so dope, bro.
Thank you.
Because it's something so simple.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's just a simple act of kindness and a simple act of service to show like I do love you. You know what I'm saying? And you do matter. You know what I'm saying? Just by giving, like you said, what is it? A shirt? What is it?
So you could get a shirt, a crew neck, a hoodie, and then we made bucket hats. We have golf tees. We have magnets and stickers. We have we have a flag we made. Just little stuff you can put on all these different things. So we made like those Stanleys.
Okay. Just
little whatever you could print on. But it's just I think the biggest thing for me was that I thought everything you did had a catch. Every little thing. Every time that you did anything for anybody or ever got into an interaction with anything or transaction with somebody, it always seemed to be well, what do I owe you now? Or like, what do I
swear.
Right. What do you want out of this? Like, because you're gonna want something. Everybody wants something.
It's almost like it's so rare to get that. Everybody thinks it wants it, but like that unconditional.
Right.
Unconditional love, unconditional support. Like we're nobody. There's no strings attached.
Right.
Like, bro, it's yours.
You don't have to do anything for me.
And it's rare, bro. Like it's funny. And I wrote a song. And I said this in that song, and I stand on this. And it's like and I really can't never forget that I made this line because it just makes so much sense. So I said, we all need support. But what that means we all need to give support. So think about that. You know what I'm saying? Let's just think about that real quick. Everybody talks about how much, you know what I'm saying, how much they got to do shit alone or they got to do it. My question to that person is a self-reflection question. It says, well, who are you supporting?
Right. Yeah, you got
to be real. Like you want it. You want to receive that, but how much are you giving that out?
Right. Yeah, you know what
a lot. Like, are you giving out this? Are you giving out that though? Like, what you giving out what you receive? Let's say some of y'all are. You gotta understand that a lot of people don't know how to give that out. You know what I'm saying? So you are like me, and you can relate, You're gonna be more of a giver than you are a receiver, and you should be okay with that. Do y'all agree with that? Like,
Right.
you have to be. The ratio is a completely different. Like, you're gonna give way more than you'll ever receive.
Right.
And if you're not okay with that, then that should say something about you. That's like a character check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who are you? What are you even about?
And if you want to
You always
change
want
it,
something. You know what I'm saying? If I'm a person that, no, I feel like I just gotta get something back.
right.
Then what do you? I mean, just look in the mirror.
I feel like if you try to change, if you're a giving person and you try to become a selfish person, I don't believe that you.
So crazy.
I don't think you can actually do it.
I couldn't do it.
I think it's such a thing of like,
Yeah.
you know who you are,
Yeah.
and you can go through like when you get your first heartbreak, either boy or girl, and you change a little bit because now you know that exists. That's one thing. But if you are a person like that can be mishandled and still maintain, that is something because that's compartmentalized of each other. Then I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna be a giver, no matter how much you take from me. I'll always like the cup always poureth over, always. So when somebody says like, "Man, you need to watch out for you," like, who do you think watches out for me? Me. I watch out for me, just like I'm supposed to. I watch out for me. Now I watch after you because I watched after me. So I have the ability to look after you because of me. Because in the morning, I make sure I'm good first, and then I come and make sure you're good next. So you don't have to wonder if I'm okay because I know I'm good. I check in all the time with myself because I know that in all this, I have to be the most important person to myself because I can't show up for you like that if I'm not showing up for me like that. So it gets to be where somebody that's really selfish can try to be really giving, but they'll find themselves slipping back into the selfishness.
Right.
Because they can try. It's like the like love bombing and stuff. Like at the beginning of relationships, people love bomb.
Mm-hmm.
What you call it, love bomb?
Yeah, they're really, really sweet right away. Like super love right away.
I always call it the
Honeymoon phase. Yeah, same idea. It's just super over the top, and then it falls off because it was so radical. It was so much on the other side of the spectrum that it was outside of like an okay average. So you went from insanely in love, and then there's no ability. Imagine if you snap a rubber band, you can't just snap it halfway back. Like it's not how that works. So it's the same thing with people that are selfish. They try to be nice, and then they forget to be nice, and then they go back to being selfish. But then people that are givers have gone cold on people before, but they'll always fall back into being givers because they know the truth.
That's what I said.
They know the truth is that people are made to live together. We thrive together. Like it's a proven fact in psychology and science and everything is that human beings are made to be friends. We're supposed to have each other. So the idea of like I'll do it all alone comes from just this humanistic intelligence of like I'm smart enough to know I can do it on my own.
Yes, sir.
But it's like sure you can, but you don't have to. You don't have to live like that. You can live with us, and we can all do it alone together. You know, you do your thing, I'll do my thing. Like it's fine. I mean, to be honest with you, so you hoop all the time.
Yep.
I stopped mostly hooping and started learning how to golf. I learned how to golf because I wanted something that I knew I sucked at. Again, I didn't feel like I mastered basketball, but I felt like I wanted something. Well, let me find a new skin. Let me find a new identity to myself, a different perspective of my life. To where now I'll go golf and then I'll play basketball sometimes too. And I can feel a difference in who I am on the basketball court because things have just shifted around a little bit around me. So it doesn't feel like this is the only thing I'm good at anymore. You know, I can try to play pool at the restaurant. I can play darts. I can go out and play golf. I can go play basketball. We can go do fun stuff. Things don't seem, I never felt that way when I played though. When I played basketball, I could play basketball all day, every day. It never hurt me. But then, I don't know. I think after a while you become like interested in the new thing, the new give me something to try, which I feel like is what started that. And I'm not sure, but I feel like it starts a lot of things. It's like give me something. I want a something to. I don't know.
Not that that's false. I wonder because it's like when anything that I think of that I started, like whether it be like always ways or not that necessarily I started alone, but even things that I co-founded, like this is for you or Express Yourself podcast. Um, it was I've always had my bottom line. It always comes back down to my mentality. My mentality was always ways like on even before I ever made that LLC. Right, it was always like I've always felt like there's so many ways to impact or do anything, and I'm talking positive ways. I'm not talking no negativity. Like take all the there's positive ways. So I was just always thinking about. So maybe I am thinking new because I'm thinking, what are all the other? What are more ways that I can impact people's lives? Because I want to touch as many people as I can before I die. You know, Nipsey always said the highest human act is to inspire. So I'm
Right.
like, how many? I want to be able to inspire people from every aspect as I can.
Right.
I have ridiculous intelligence inside, some amazing perspectives, understandings that I know if people knew that about me as well, that they could benefit from these and make it out of damn near any situation you can imagine, right? And then as well as the giveaway, just people that were less fortunate like I was would be able to benefit from platforms like that. This one, what I'm saying, be able to voices being heard, what I'm saying, like always ways, I mean, there's so many facets to that, but so it was, I guess in a sense, man, it was just something new, but just more so just another way, man, I can really impact or inspire people, bro. Like that's always my goal. Like
Yeah.
everything, if you see me starting something, it's because I view that as another way, simply another way to impact more people. Simple.
I think that's the
When I
right
put my name on
idea.
it, it's literally like, damn,
Yeah.
I can impact, empower, inspire. I can do that with this. If that checks all those, I'm all in.
The smarter you get, the better you get at doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all when I say I'm all in, I'm all in. Like, it's like, yeah, that's what the people need. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a no brainer. Like people do need a voice, bro. People need to be heard. Like I said, like man, like he said, man, we made each other from basketball. And bro, this motherfucker hoop. You know what I'm saying? Colt could hoop. Like literally, what all have you done? I know you played semi-pro.
I played at Hamilton for all 4 years of basketball there in my
Hamilton
hometown, Northeast Indiana, Hamilton Marines in Hamilton, Indiana,
Okay.
right on the lake. Really small school. Went from there, played at Buckton University in Ohio. Same conferences like Anderson, Manchester, Defiance,
Okay.
Hanover, schools like that.
Yep.
And came back, played with the Ballers, with Bubba,
Yeah.
Bubba Jackson, those
Yep.
guys. And then went back and coached at Hamilton.
Okay.
Our varsity, I was our assistant coach for a year, and then I went back to work now on the pizza place my family owns. But that's where the basketball
Congrats,
stuff
man.
stops, right when
That's
the
cool.
work starts.
Right.
Yeah.
But I think the athletic journey for me was riddled with failures on the stat sheet. So like I lost a lot of games in high school. I went to a small school. We got beat a lot.
Okay.
I made some mistakes off the court. Wasn't the most, couldn't navigate the social world the best at the time. A lot of ego issues, stuff like that. And then going into college, just raised around people that just got loose, drinking, smoking, partying, hanging out with your friends and stuff,
Yeah.
and just didn't focus. So like when I look at my life, it is on me. Everything everywhere I stopped short was me. There's nobody that got in my way and cut me off. I handcuffed myself, slowed myself down, and going back, it wouldn't change anything because I was just doing the best I could then, or what I thought was the best back then. And I now know it wasn't. But at that time, I wasn't like I was like getting in my own way on purpose. I just kept doing stuff wrong because I wasn't thinking it out, or I wasn't planning. So I'm sorry, I wasn't planning, or I wasn't doing something. And by the time I realized it was too late, or you hurt somebody's feelings, or you end a friendship, or you yell at your coach, or you don't show up to school one day, you don't do your homework or something like that. Like those things add all up together to a point where it does affect how you're going to do in life. That's what happened for me. Was I thought it wouldn't. I had so much confidence in things just working out that's just not how that works. If you don't do what you're supposed to, then things don't work out.
There you go.
And that's what I'm saying. So on the stat sheet it failed, but I learned at an early age things that you learn when you lose. And that's what losing, just even when you try your best, it ain't good enough sometimes.
Yep.
Or, sometimes you got to learn how to tip your cap to
That's some real
people.
shit, though.
Sometimes you got to look at somebody else and say, man, you're just better than me. And that doesn't mean that I'm bad. It just means you're better than I am. And I might be better than the rest of them, but you're still better than me. I'll give you that. But like, that's growing up in that deal where some of these guys or people in general, there's not a lot of friction sometimes. They just go through what they perceive as, my boyfriend left me. That's fine. You'll get over that eventually. You'll heal. get through it a little bit of time. But some people, they have struggle. Some people have, like, I don't have the severe issues. My parents never abused me. I had both my parents, they both survived. My sister's alive and healthy. My parents are alive and healthy. I've been very fortunate. So there's a lot of people that aren't as fortunate as me. And there should be something for them where I can look at them and say, hey, I'm not comparing myself to you at all. And you can call me silver spooned all you want because my parents got, somehow in all this, it worked out how it worked out for us.
For sure.
I didn't have a great big house or anything. We didn't drive fancy cars. We just made it by, what we could do. So you can look at me like that, and I have to learn to not look at you and say anything because it might not be your fault either. It might not even be your parents' fault that this worked out this way. Like, that's just life. These things led us to here. And so I got to learn better to not judge these kinds of people, especially the young people.
Yeah.
Especially really young people, because they're just so emotionally, like, I worry about them in a way that I don't know if my generation worried about each other. As far as like suffering from crippling anxiety, trauma, depression, bipolar disorder, dissociation, these things that are way more common now that people are just suffering with
in silence.
And it's like,
up, bro.
Yeah, we went through all of it. Yeah, we just never said anything.
There's actually like an amazing amount of terms for all this shit now.
Right. Yeah, everything's diagnosed.
Bro, everything's a diagnosis.
Right.
I'm literally like, bro.
Right.
I see the way, man, it's crazy you said it because I'm like, I see the way, man, I got nephews and nieces in elementary school. And, you got a son in elementary school. And I'm like, man, they're so ready. Like, they're ready to diaggnose these kids, man.
Yeah.
That's like, you guys, man, y'all know you haven't given them a chance to live yet?
Right.
They're
or
5,
putting
6 years old. Like, can you let them see if, like,
yeah.
Cause I'm like, bro, I remember going through shit like that when I was a kid. I'm damn near happy y'all didn't fucking label me that quick. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what the fuck I'd have been growing up. You know what I mean? And then even when they did label me, because I did end up getting labeled and I ended up getting a disability check growing up for ADHD and anger management. When have you ever seen me angry?
I pretty calm, man.
Right? Yeah, right, yeah. And you see me, and you still, when have you ever seen me angry? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if nobody ever told me that, if I would have just believed that was that, and I would have let these disabilities disable me, because that's another thing, man. They label them as this, but then they're not. A lot of times, I hate that the system is usually looking to medicate you about it.
Right. They'll medicate you at 12, 13, like, yeah.
And even like they'll schedule you with this therapist. Like I had to go to therapist growing up, bro. Which, no bullshit, y'all. I went to therapist, and I literally would sit there the entire hour and just stare at them, not say not a fucking word, bro. Would stare at them.
Right.
They thought something was wrong with me.
Just don't want to be here right now.
What the fuck am I here for?
Yeah.
I felt like there was nothing wrong with me, bro.
Right.
Like I'm fucking living the fucking life of a young boy. Like, what the fuck? They grew up without his dad. You know what I'm saying? Father in prison my whole life with a single mom raising 7 kids.
Right.
You know what that's like? You know
right. They're so confused about something that. Right.
Of course, I got misguidance. You know what I'm saying? Of course, I'm misguided. Of course, I lack that mentorship or that man's what's it called, y'all? That man,
like an influence.
A man's influence.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, it's like, I mean, but give me time, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, so yeah.
And that's what we're not really giving much people.
I don't think we're giving nobody time before we diagnose them.
And then
that's the scary part.
Things get so bad that you begin to manage things. Like, imagine if they diagnose you with anger management and then they begin to assess you and work with you on anger management. That would just grow more of this idea that you have that anger management issue.
Yes.
So it's like, the more that you want to work on this with me, this anger management thing, like, you're just going to create more thoughts of this where I can't grow from this anymore. And it's different for everybody, so it's tough to talk about. Sure. So because some people would say, like, well, it's a good thing that somebody did something when I was young because I would have started doing terrible things if somebody didn't check my anger on me. Like, that person should get, like, it's all situational. So everything is situational. It's all contextual to itself.
For sure.
Like, it's just person by person. So, right.
Person by person.
Right.
For sure. I couldn't agree more.
But in like the situation I had with depression was like I suffered to a suicidal state of like, man, why am I here? Like, I don't really understand what I'm doing here or what I'm supposed to be doing here. But then you get older and you start to learn your purpose when you build evidence of who you are. So you become this person that's like, all right, am I dependable? Okay, then show up for people for years in a row. Show up for your friends and family. Show up, do things like go above and beyond for others. That like, okay, now you're dependable. You can prove it. Are you strong? I go to work every day. I work hard as I can. I go and take care of all right, you're strong. And then you go down the list and you can check all these different things off over time. So if you just give yourself enough time, you can begin to build knowledge and then belief off knowledge of like, hey man, are you good at basketball? Well, yeah, I've played. And how many pickup games have you played in your life? 10,000. Mm-hmm. It's like, yeah, I work on this. This is what I do. While you guys are drawing or playing instruments or watching TV, I'm working on this. Yeah. So yes, I am what I say I am because I've done the work. You weren't there those days I was working in the dark when nobody was listening. But I was there, and then I showed up, and you guys questioned me? What? No, you don't question me because I did the work. So you won't question me. And if you're going to question me by the end of this, you won't. Yeah. And that's how it is every time. I mean, how many times have people doubted you? Over and over and over, you know?
Still do.
Right. And it's like, when are y'all going to learn? When will you learn?
Always lazy, man. Come on. That's cool. Hey, man, look. Hey, man, this is the thing about these conversations, man. You can see the passion on this man, bro. You see it, man. I love that, man. I love that, man. I appreciate that voice, man, because it's beautiful, man. Again, it's like Goose, you said it. Like a lot of people that's on this and view this, bro, they're experiencing this shit too, but just not knowing how to express it. You know what I'm saying? Not knowing if they can express it, not knowing if they gon', you know what I'm saying? Not knowing what to do with it. You know what I'm saying? So, we're about to wrap this up, and yeah, we're about to wrap this up, and what we're gonna do is we like to say, what do we like to say? What do we wrap it up when we got a guest?
Wrap it up and just like give like little briefs, like what you think on it.
Wait, what you think on it, and what you want to leave the people with.
Yeah, just give them the message.
Give them something. Give them a message that you want to leave them with, man.
If I could leave them a message.
Yep, you could leave the people one message, man.
Chadwick Boseman, when he gave that speech about Denzel, I think about that almost every day. When he said, a blessing from a sage and a king is worth more than silver and gold. And I think he's right. And I think that would be, at least at 26 and the life I have, that plays over and over. And then Jordan Peterson once said, you'll never underestimate the hole your absence would leave. So your life matters. Because the domino effect and the butterfly effect need you. If you're doing the right thing, if you're being good, working hard, showing up, then you're good for the world. And the world will never have too many good men.
For real.
All those things play in my head all the time, and I think the people should hear that if they haven't already.
Yes.
That's it. That's all I got for you.
How about that? This is Colt Rose, man.
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Man, how much we appreciate y'all. Any socials that you want them to know about? I know you're on Facebook on Colt.
Yeah,
Rose.
so
Colt is spelled like the Colts.
Yeah, Colt like Rose, Colt Rose on Facebook. Other than that, no, I try to stay just as much in the real world as I can.
If you guys want to reach out to him, you can reach out to me, man. It's my brother, man. I can get a hold of him, man.
You want a shirt?
Shirt, man. This is what he does, man.
Just get a hold of me, whatever I can do for you.
He wants you to know that you matter. Bottom line, like you just said, those two quotes and then his quote, you know, and then in his grandma's handwriting. You matter. We love you. You know what I'm saying? As simple as that. We really do love you. We want you to know that. We want you to take your life serious, man. We know that you go through shit. We know that you're going to continue to go through shit, and you always will. And that's why I spread the message of even always ways, man, because no matter what you go through, just know there's always ways to overcome it, to get through it, you know, in a positive way. You know what I'm saying? And that's why my brother here, and he supports us, and that's why we do the express yourself, because there's always ways to express yourself too, man. You know what I'm saying? Put yourself around the right people. You know what I'm saying? Take your life serious. You really matter. You know, and I need you to know that. We need you to know that, and we stand on this shit, man. We're not getting paid for this, none of us. If anything, this costs us money. You know what I'm saying? We pay to be where we're at right now to do this, at this venue. We pay for the stuff that we use. You know what I'm saying? He pays for the material. He pays for all that. This stuff costs us, but we know that y'all are worth way more than any of this. Like, this shit's not even close to the value of your life. Not even close. Not even 1% of it. You know what I'm saying? So please take your life serious. Know that we love you. This your boy Ways, man.
The boy, you butters.
My fault.
No, you good.
Yeah, it's your boy G Butters. Express yourself. If you like it, man, please hit that like button. If you care, somebody you care about could benefit from this material, from hearing, your life matters by Colt Rose and the Express Yourself podcast. Go ahead and hit that share button. If you got a moment, comment, and if you're down for the ride,
Go ahead and subscribe.
it's that simple, man. Your boy Ways, man. Love y'all, man.
Love.
And love you, boy. Love you, bro. Baby. Appreciate you, man. Know that, man.
Thank you.
Know that. Man, dope, man. See how that shit goes, man.
Yeah, y'all be killing it, bro. That's crazy.
That shit crazy.
Yeah, that's all.